great day, a great night. Today I'm going to be doing a kind of fancy little makeup look with a nice smoky eye. So if you want to keep watching, if you want to see this, keep watching. And make sure you subscribe, click the like button, and let's get into this. Alright, so before we actually get into this, let's go over kind of what your look's going to be. So you'll be able to see what the before and after will be looking like. Alright, so to prep my face, I like to just wash it off with some water and a rag, and then I do a little coconut oil around my eyes. Now if my face is feeling dry, I'll put it a little bit all over my face, but today I didn't. I just put it right around my eyes and my eyebrows, and that's how I prepped it. So to start out, I'm going to be using the CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous Concealer, and I'll be putting on this on any of my blemishes, which right now I've had a giant breakout, so there's quite a few little things going on, but we'll get these all taken care of, you know? So I'll just take my brush and just blend these in. Now it is good, I sometimes will just splotch it instead of rubbing it around. That will help it to stay on a little bit better. Once I've got my splotches, my blemishes mostly blended in, then I'll take my Bare Minerals original they're not pressed powder, they're I'll take the Bare Minerals powder foundation, and I'm currently using the shade Neutral Ivory. Now I need to probably go a little bit lighter on that, but when I went, that's what they gave me, and it worked great, but I do think I need to go a shade lighter on that. Just take my brush, and I first just like do a couple splotches and before I blend it all in. And so with this, you just kind of buffer it, and the more you buffer, the darker it will get, so depending on how much you want. So this really helps too when you do have the blemishes, to help cover it up. Now I love this powder foundation. I haven't worn foundation in a long time just because I hate how heavy it feels, and I really just like more not just feel like I'm like sweating it all off. And so this powder foundation, really you don't feel really anything's on. I forget that I need to take it off, like just because it's not there, where other foundations I was like, get this off my face as soon as possible. So it's been really good. So you just kind of rub it in until your whole face is smoothed out. Now one thing, you want to always make sure that you don't have your coarse line coming down, so I like to be able to blend in a little bit into my neck. And by doing this, I'm not going to have any harsh lines, and you really want to blend everything. After I do all my foundation, I'll take my Airspun face powder, and I like to just spread this all over my face to help set the foundation and the concealer. And for the pressed powder, I do use translucent. I feel like that will match with any color skin you have. So I like it better. I feel like it just smooths on a lot better than their other ones. Now we have like your canvas all set. I will take the Pixie by Petra in the shade Summertime, and I use this as my bronzer. Now for this, I like to take just a small little basic brush, and I'll first just go along the sides of my noses, and I'll just do on the sides and help just kind of shape my nose a little bit. So I'll take that, I do that, and then I just do underneath my cheekbones and kind of shape there. Then I'll take a slightly bigger brush and I'll blend in my nose. And you want to make sure you don't do these lines too dark or they're harder to blend in. And then I'll blend in the cheek. And I can have my basic defined where I definitely want it to be defined. Next, I'll just put a little bit more on my brush, and that's when I kind of come up and I just frame the outside of my face. And make sure you bring it down to your chin and you blend it all in so it doesn't just like stop and then it's like way too defined. Next, I'll take my blush from NARS and let's go over my cheeks really lightly. Some people like a little bolder. I like just kind of simple enough to like give color right to your cheeks, but nothing too dramatic. So I'll just put that over. Then I take my highlighter from Pretty Vulgar, and it's in the Shimmering Swan color. This I'll take another kind of small brush and just slightly dust it. And then I just go to the top. I don't know all the specific names, but this is above my cheek. And I'll just kind of highlight that. And then also over my nose. Alright, so now I've got the outside set and we're going to go into the eye makeup. So I always just like to brush my eyebrows. Make sure that they're the right size, you know? Then I just have actually eyeshadow from Maybelline, and it's in the Made for Mocha, and I fill in my eyebrows that way. Now I know there are plenty of other ways. Some people might not say it's the right way at all, but I've been doing this for years. Switch different colors. I like darker eyebrows, and some people might want a little bit different, but that's what I have found works really well, and how I fill in my eyebrows. So I just take a little bit onto mine. I like to dust it off or bump it off a little bit, and then I just start filling in. I always start in the middle and slowly work my way out, and as you work your way out, you definitely want it to be skinnier or however the shape of your eyebrow is. And I just kind of work my way in or way up, and then just start filling in a little bit more and make sure I don't go too hastily, because the worst thing you want is your eyebrow to start going outside of your hairline and then it's too thick or bulging in one area. Alright, so now we're into the smoky eye look, which is actually, I get a lot of people asking about how I do this. I love this look. And I do kind of slightly different variations, so we'll try to stay upon the basic one, or the one I'm currently doing, because I do different techniques on how to do this. Alright, so I use the Nudes by Maybelline eyeshadow palette, and what we're going to start out with, you can see this is very used, but I like to take this dark brown color and make sure I have enough on both sides of my brush, and then I'll bring that in. I like to start at the very outside of your eyelid, and I'll just kind of bring it in a little bit, just right in the crease. Just bring it in right at the crease. So once I can have that, I start to bring it down and bring it down to the eyelid now. I do about 2/3 of this darker color, of this brown. And then once I kind of make sure I have had that whole part covered, that's when I'll start more towards the top, and I'll just bring it down, making sure my outside line is fairly straight. Now I'll just bring a finger in, try to blend it a little bit so my inside lines are not that harsh. And once I kind of have that, I'll put a little more eyeshadow on my brush and then just bring it in a little bit darker. And I'll just do the same thing on the other eye. Next one I'll take is up here at the top. They're a darker, or a lighter little brown, and I like to just get a little bit of that color, and then I'll just kind of blend in that other color I have. You can do a little bit with your finger if you need to too, but that kind of helps so it's not as strict of lines. Now you have that, you kind of have your basis of your smoky eye. Next, what I like to do, and I'll take either one of these depending on how dramatic, we'll go with the black today. And I make sure that's on the very tip of my brush too. And that's when I'll bring it down, and then I'll bring it in a little bit to make sure it kind of goes a little more defined. Now I don't use eyeliner at all. I don't like how it looks. I just don't, but if you do, you can do this more with eyeliner. I just am able to do it with eyeshadow, so I'll also bring it along my top lid a little bit and just make sure it's all filled in there. Alright, so next what I'll do is I'll actually, with this black, is I'll bring down a little bit, just the very top, and bring it about a third to a half of the way down to my lower eyelid, and that will just help to darken it a little bit more. Alright, so I like to bring a little bit more brown back to it so it's not totally black. So you have a little darker gold up here at the very top, and I'll bring some of that onto both sides of my brush again. And then I'll do it kind of right out in the middle and just try to blend in both sides there, so it's not totally black. I have all that in. I'll take this really light nude color. I'll take this nude color and I'll just put it on my brush, and I like to just bring it up at the top just to lighten it and help to blend anything in up here. Alright, so the last color I grab is the light gold, which I love gold so much. And I'm just going to bring this and just put it in the inner corners of my eye, bring it down a little bit, and that is your color that's just going to shine through. Just really give it that dramatic look. And the more layers you put on the gold, the stronger it will be. So if you need to put a couple on, because you still want it to be a little more gold in there, you can do that easily. So mascara I use is a Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I've been using this one for a little bit. I actually got it on my Boxy Charms, which I really like it a lot. So it's really good for a good dramatic eye. So I'll just do a quick layer on the bottom of the top of my eyelashes, and then I'll make sure to get the top of them and just bring that over a few times. Now I do one quick layer on the bottom of my eyelashes. I don't like to be too strong, but just enough. And then do on the other side too. I do go over 2 or 3 times, because the more layers you do, the darker your eyeshadow or your mascara will be, and the more dramatic you'll get. So once you have your mascara set, that's when you can add your lipstick. So I like to use the Kamar Amanda Secret, which I said this in a video a little while ago and I didn't know exactly what color brand, but I've gotten this now and already bought it, so I know exactly what it is instead of the sample or the one that we had before just didn't have the name on it. So I'll just put it on my bottom lid, or the bottom of my lip, and then I'll rub it into the top, and then it's pretty good. So there is the finished look. So there's your finished look. I hope you liked this and it was a good tutorial. Let me know if you want me to show some of my other, like my basic makeup looks. But this is kind of the one where I'm like, I want to dress up, this is what I wear. And also show you guys my eyeshadow. But I hope you're having a great day, great night. Make sure you subscribe below, give this video a thumbs up, and let me know what other tutorials you would like. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Love you.